I try to avoid a lot of repeated phrases because I like to try to bring new language to things and find new ways to describe ththings. But one repeated phrase that I do like a lot is fastest horse in the race. Like, everything is going to go up measured in USD because USD leaks value and inflates, and there's political motivations behind making things go up priced in USD, okay? So if the base case is that everything is going to go up priced in USD, then it's not so much about will this go up, it's about what thing will go up the fastest. And Bitcoin is continuing to become more and more the consensus pick of that thing, okay? So what's gonna happen when Bitcoin price skyrockets? First off, I don't think it's going to be a singular time where Bitcoin price skyrockets, okay? It's going to be this like stair step up, stair step up, stair step up, and more people are going to join the snowball of it becoming obvious that Bitcoin is the fastest horse in the race and is going up the fastest measured in USD. So you're going to have people that are still like real estate, like they're going to be pounding the table on all investments, and like everyone's going to look like a genius because their investment is going up priced in USD, okay? But it's going to become more and more apparent that Bitcoin is the fastest horse going up the fastest in USD. What's going to happen when that happens is it's such a funny thing because but the adoption is going to feel slow. Like the adoption of Bitcoin as a currency is going to feel slow because there's still this tension between is it investment, is it a currency, is it investment, isn't a currency, because the network effects of USD are so large, because it is the current most common measuring stick that the most amount of people use, again, to measure their investments. But like the very fact that we're talking about the exchange rate of Bitcoin in USD is what still gives USD power. So the price is going to go up, fastest horse in the race, but the adoption of it, like opening to new use cases or like new companies using it or new apps like actually making breakthrough into the mainstream, like people downloading it and using it, that's going to feel slow. But as the price goes up, for example, like a big one, cool one will be eventually ADP. Like ADP payroll processing is going to get the hint that people are preferring direct depositing to Bitcoin. Like more and more, well, yeah, and a step before that is every single Bitcoin exchange is going to eventually roll out direct deposit. Like that's already becoming a popular feature. I believe the reason why direct deposit to Bitcoin currently has a ceiling on it is because no Bitcoin exchange has become like a full featured Bitcoin checking account yet. That's what's holding back early adopters from fully dropping USD and dropping their USD checking account. So when a Bitcoin product cracks through that and it allows the early adopters, the pioneers, to fully then drop USD and lean into that like early adopter product, what that's going to do is then the banks are going to see an actual drop off in their downloads, then actual small drop off in their downloads, because people are not just, because currently what's happening is people are choosing to hold money market funds or hold Bitcoin or hold whatever instead of their checking account, right? But still, in order to pay their bills and in order to do their day-to-day normal stuff, they're still super tied to that checking account because money market funds and Bitcoin accounts don't have outbound ACH yet. So you can't like run your life out of that separate account. But that's not like that's just a software issue. That's a software issue and a product feature issue. When that cracks through, and that will be cracked, the incentive for that to crack through will be by the price going up. When that cracks through, the early adopters will fully drop USD, fully move to Bitcoin as their base money. Boom. And that's going to be the signal then to where legacy checking accounts will begin to start developing their Bitcoin products. And so then that'll take years or whatever to develop their Bitcoin checking account products, right? So then when the early adopters have done it, the legacy stragglers have turned on direct deposit to Bitcoin, then what's going to happen? ADP, who runs a lot of the payroll services for all these people out there with just regular W-2 jobs that just like chunk into the checking accounts, chunk into the index funds, 401ks. Like that's where it all happens. Like you sign your DocuSign when you get your job, you type in your account and routing number to ADP, and that's where every 2 weeks people are choosing with their labor what to hold their labor in, okay? So early adopters drop USD, go with kind of the Bitcoin checking account through a Bitcoin exchange type product. Then the legacy bank accounts realize that no one's using USD anymore, or a small group of people just stopped using USD completely and they're now just they're just gonna think of it as like an investment account. Like they're still gonna be wrapping their heads around like why people are choosing Bitcoin. But the narrative of Bitcoin as the fastest horse in the race will continue pounding in their head. So boom, then ADP, because everyone's incentivized by just making money, right? Everyone's incentivized by making money. If ADP can then roll out the product that says, hey, we can pay your employees in Bitcoin, and that attracts big companies to keep them as their payroll provider, that's how it happens. Like that's how adoption moves through corporate America and moves through these like big needle mover things, okay? So then when ADP has its still conversion tool to pay people in Bitcoin, what's then gonna happen is then up the chain, the companies are going to realize and more, because we've seen, so what I've been primarily speaking about like individuals, but then what's happening in the background is the whole like Bitcoin on balance sheets, like that whole narrative is continuing to just pound as well, okay? So if companies are starting to get the hint that they should hold multiple currencies on their balance sheet and they continue to increase their Bitcoin percentages, and then they realize that their employees are using auto convert from USD to Bitcoin on their payroll accounts in general anyways, and then they get this press release email from ADP that's like, hey, we offer direct deposit to Bitcoin now, boom, you're gonna then get, so currently the CEOs that are like Bitcoin on balance sheets, like they're the leaders, right? Like Bitcoin on balance sheets. But as soon as they see that, it's going to be commonplace for Bitcoin on balance sheets. And the new cutting edge is going to be the businesses that then drop USD. Because it's a lot harder as a business to drop USD. The individuals are going to drop USD, use their Bitcoin exchanges as checking accounts. The legacy checking accounts are going to get the hint, start to develop their Bitcoin payroll products. ADP is going to get the hint, start to develop their Bitcoin payroll products. And then when that business owner that already has Bitcoin on his balance sheet and already personally is getting paid in Bitcoin gets the email press release from ADP that says they offer Bitcoin, boom, that person's going to ask, why am I even using USD at my business at all? And that's what's going to happen. So this narrative of Bitcoin as the fastest horse in the race is this top level marketing just thing that's going to continue to happen. Corporations are going to add Bitcoin. Individuals that are the most nimble, all you have to do is go on the back end and change the account routing number, are going to drop USD and deposit to Bitcoin when the products catch up to Bitcoin as the fastest horse in the race.